It's 9 p.m. My phone screen is blinking in the dark room like a lighthouse. Notification after notification. Instagram. My mom, my dad, my older brother Cenk, and his wife Melissa. They are all dressed in white, standing in front of the magnificent turquoise Aegean Sea, wearing those genuine, real smiles I haven't seen on their faces in years. The caption under the photo lands like a heavy punch to my gut: a peaceful getaway with our core family. Our most precious ones are by our side. Core family. And most precious ones. I wasn't in that frame. Not just missing from the photo, but missing from that vacation plan, those plane tickets, that hotel reservation. I was nowhere to be found. Yet, at that very moment, in my office in the heart of the city, I was drowning in tax files, trying to structure the tax debts of my father's company. While they were raising a toast in the Aegean, I was working overtime so their empire wouldn't collapse. My name is Layla. I'm 32 years old. And this story doesn't begin the day I lost my family, it begins the night I realized I never really had a family at all, and decided to change the rules of the game. It all started at my father's birthday dinner, exactly 3 weeks before that Tuesday night I saw the photo. We were at a luxury restaurant. The bill, of course, was going to be charged to my credit card, but I had secretly slipped the card to the waiter beforehand so my father's honor wouldn't be bruised. Cenk, as always, arrived late. When he sat at the table, my father's eyes lit up. Mom immediately took Cenk's jacket. I, on the other hand, had been playing with my water glass for 15 minutes. Cenk spoke with that famous, hollow confidence of his. Dad, I've come to you with an amazing investment opportunity. We're getting into crypto mining, but I need a little cash flow. My father didn't question it for a second. How much do you need, my lion? I swallowed hard when Cenk named the figure. 2 million lira. My father turned to me. Layla, you'll handle it, right daughter? Transfer it from the company's contingency fund. Dad, I said quietly. The company has no contingency fund. Last month, we paid off the debts for the e-commerce site Cenk ran into the ground. The table turned ice cold. Mom slammed her fork down. Are you acting like the doomsayer again, Layla? This family isn't growing because of your stinginess anyway. Stinginess? I had spent the last 5 years sacrificing my own life to maintain their luxury living standards. I had sold my own apartment to inject capital into the company. That night, my father forced my hand to give that money to Cenk. You'll handle it, he said. And so, I went home that night, liquidated my personal retirement savings, transferred it to the company accounts, and from there, sent it to Cenk. Just so my father wouldn't be embarrassed. 3 weeks later, what happened? Cenk, who said he would start a business with that money, shared a photo ignoring my existence from a luxury vacation paid for by my money. That was the moment I wrote, interesting, under the photo. Just one word. My mother's reply came instantly, don't ruin our mood, Layla. We couldn't deal with your negative energy. Negative energy. I decided right then and there. If I am just an ATM, it was time to pull the plug. But I wasn't going to do this by screaming. I was going to speak in my language, documents, signatures, and the law. When I went to the office the next morning, I left my identity at the door. The person entering wasn't the dutiful daughter Layla, but Chief Auditor Layla. My first task was to call Salim, the company's legal counsel. Salim, I want you to pull up all power of attorney documents and my father's personal account transactions for the last 10 years, I said. Not my family, Salim, I said calmly. I am reclaiming my future. I didn't leave the archive room for 3 days. Files piled up like mountains. And on every page, the magnitude of the betrayal grew. It wasn't just that 2 million lira. In 2018, my father had secretly bought a summer house for Cenk using company funds. In 2020, the apartment promised to be my retirement had been mortgaged to pay off Cenk's gambling debts. And the most painful one. The olive grove left to me by my grandmother was secretly sold to open a beauty center for Cenk's wife. In total, roughly 40 million TL worth of assets, my rightful share, had been taken. On Friday, one day before they returned from vacation, I had 2 files in my hand. 1, a bankruptcy protection file. The other, a criminal complaint. But I chose a third path. They returned on Saturday evening. They found me sitting in the dark. My father put a box of chocolates on the table. "How was your vacation?" I asked. Cenk smirked. "It was amazing." "What about you?" I placed a thick, black folder onto the coffee table. "Business is good, Cenk," I said. "In fact, it's so good that I've decided the company no longer needs me. I resign." My mother laughed nervously. "Who are you going to transfer your shares to?" "Us." "No," I said. "To the creditors." I opened the folder. I showed them the deed to Cenk's summer house, the documents for Melissa's beauty center, and the sale of my olive grove. Cenk's eyes widened. "Did you investigate my private life?" he shouted. "Your private life is my business as long as it is financed by my money," I said. My father intervened. "Daughter, why are you making such a big deal out of it?" "I'm closing the account, Dad. The company has 15 million debt due immediately, and there is no money. Because I sent the last 2 million to Cenk's vacation." "You'll handle it," my mother said. "Take out a loan." "I can't, Mom. I froze all credit limits. And to remove the mortgages on my own name, I used the power of attorney Dad gave me." "What did you do?" my father whispered. "The company headquarters," I said. "Meaning, this very building we are in right now. I executed a sale of this building to my own personal company. Let's call it settling the accounts." The room fell into a deathly silence. Cenk stammered, "Did you kick us out of our house?" "No," I said, smiling. "Only your landlord has changed. And your new landlord is quite sensitive about rent being paid on time. Also, Cenk, that beauty center and the summer house? The money for those appears as a loan from the company accounts. I corrected the accounting records. If you can't pay, foreclosure proceedings start Monday." My mother started crying. "What kind of child are you? I am an accountant you underestimated, Mom. And in math, errors are not accepted." I left the house after that night and checked into a hotel. My phone didn't stop ringing. I gave them all a single answer: justice doesn't care if you're old or young. Debts must be paid. On Monday, Cenk came to the company. "Let's make a deal," he said. "Very simple. You will resign. You will sell the summer house and return the money. Melissa's beauty center will be transferred. And I will be the sole authorized manager. Dad will sit at home, but he won't sign a single paper." "They will never accept this," Cenk said. "Then," I said, "I go to the prosecutor's office. Fraudulent bankruptcy. The sentence starts at 5 years. They accepted. Exactly 1 year has passed. I am at the head of Demir Holding. Cenk works at a small real estate agency. My mom and dad continue to live in that house I own, but now they know they are guests there. Last week, there was another family dinner. Cenk asked hesitantly, "How are you, Layla?" "I'm good," I said. "I'm going on vacation next week." "Alone?" "To that hotel you went to last year." Their faces fell. But this time, I didn't care. If you are also trapped in the role of your family's savior, remember, sometimes, to break the chain, you have to bite the hand holding it. I am Layla. And this was the story of the day I became the main character of my own story.